Protectorate products. Crabble are large crustacean-like creatures that travel in herds and are native to Arcadia. Though usually docile, their massive size, enormous claws, and thick shells make them incredibly dangerous.
A difficult animal to approach, let alone
In the past, for now, by the grace of the console, we bestow upon you perilous indulgence crabble cakes.
Our fearless team of culinary commandos employ dragoon automechanicals to overcome the creatures, crack their dense carapace, then scoop out the soft, delicate goodness inside.
Higher in protein and lower in calories than beef. So a responsible way to stay healthy for the Protectorate. And now one no longer has to fret about being trampled or clawed in twain to get it.
Perilous indulgence crabble cakes. Doing your duty for society has never been so delicious.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue, because our way is superior to others. Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. Attention, neighbors. Fear not if you miss the momentous news, for it bears repeating a second, third, even a 10th time. The Sovereign himself reported for mental refreshment. The inspiring tidings came from the consul's own mouth. Hear his announcement again and be uplifted by this complete validation of our perfect society.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors.
Isn't that wonderful? Even the Sovereign eagerly pursues perfection. Now, bask in the contentment as we replay the Consul's inspiring announcement around the clock.
And now this.
Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherent's zeal.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Subjects, grab your pitchball sticks and meet us at the line of scrummage for more vigor enhancement from the robustness routine of the Eden League.
We have some exciting exertions today, Prudence. First, everybody limber up those limbs with 20 jumping jacks. Spiritedly, flail like everybody's watching. No rest for the wobbly. Time for bludgeoning drills. Neighbor up and stand head to head. Pitchball sticks held in the standard death tender grip. Ready, set, bludgeon. Classic sticking combinations. Knee, knee, groin, knee. Face, 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 groin. Earlobes, earlobes. Put some sting in your swing. Don't stop until you drop and or hear something pop. Build that resistance to blunt force trauma. For the matriarch, commit to this regimen, and you might wind up as starting hacker for the Protectors of Piety. The best team in the system.
Ahem. I believe you meant to say the Matriarch's Marvels.
Commit to this regimen, and you might wind up as starting hacker for the Matriarch's Marvels. the best team in the system. Until the next session, fellows, stay clear of the penalty bucket.
Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society. Reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Faithful neighbors, we all know that life in the Protectorate is just perfect. But doesn't it seem like lately our lives are more perfect than ever?
What a perfect observation, Prudence. Life lately does seem extra perfectly perfect.
I've never slept more soundly, knowing we are safe from enemies without and the occasional misguided subject within. Why, we've gotten word that our beloved Sentinels have rooted out 2 Arbiters who have so tragically turned their backs on our community.
Mental refreshment is too good for these faithless former enforcers of Protectorate justice.
So true. Our tireless Sentinels are relentless in their pursuit, closing on these disgraced Arbiters' traitorous heels. So take comfort that the Protectorate cogs of justice are turning perfectly, greased by the blood of our enemies, grinding them into bones and dust. And sleep peacefully.
I know I will. Well then, moving on.
Here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty to our idyllic society.
irradium gassed, poo pelted, minced, cubed, and radiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. List of life-giving opportunities goes on and on. Oh, nearly forgot. Eaten by enemy raptidon. And my heart, it beats till it slows. But I know every breath and every smile, every step and every mile contributed to something beautiful. The paradigm as a whole. It's an honor and a gift, but I wish for all who live, it's a privilege to die for the cause.
Another beauteous melody granted by the grace of the console.
Always do your very best, working through your progressions. People depend on you. It's a joy to help provide. Brand new day.
gather around the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Your trusted source for awesome melodies and inspiring reports on community events.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the console. Combines the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons or the base individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now. Just to offset any minor disruption. Now you know where we need to go. So here we go. As Eden offers a plenitude of natural resources, our station presents a profusion of amazing melodies, like this one.
I could feel my weary little mind start to wonder. Things I shouldn't be thinking about. I wonder. God is sort of correction, so I did work of my manner. I could be better again with the quick mental I have seen my friends and my family dressed. So I did. There was no reason to stress it.
about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon. If you have business with Commander Purcell, I suggest you get to it.
I'm liking the enthusiasm you're bringing to the table.
Oh, sad moments I felt were such a burden on me. A weight is better. I want a sign to oversee. Thinking never made anybody.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to oblige.
My thoughts have never been the danger. The infidelity are no longer strangers.
Can't afford.
Once inside me, long since gone and know inside me. I knew that I could be oh so much better again with quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment.
Thanks for working hard so I don't have to.
Quick mental refreshment.
Wholesome programming played at a reasonable volume. You're listening to Protectorate.
You know, I reckon half the corpses in here end up as Raptidon.
Your Prudence is here to anticipate your questions, so you don't have to ask them. For instance, what news of Praetor?
Ah, such an astute question.
Raptidon, Chow. Yes? I spent some time as a Raptidon training assistant.
Now watching.
Series conspired to seize our means of production. The traitor's order managed only a paltry presence on Praetor. Certainly no threat to
You
us.
there. You came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg.
These were decommissioned, no longer of use to us. We let the corporate gluttons take them so we could blunt their advance.
I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable?
Our interstitial reconfiguration center fills me with such pride.
Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about?
Spirit no thought. It's stunning.
Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian-avian hybrid, extremely deadly. Absolutely incredible physiology. I can't wait to have an egg. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers are going to be incredible. Guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can use to fight the Protectorate here on Praetor. Right now, it's mostly Raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Excellent. Which ones? We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on an all-meaty roll-ups diet. We tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted to lightning, which I claim credit for discovering. Once all the queens got zapped, that was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few wasps left in the mountains. Something else, then? I sent him off with a tracking device to find a Gorvid egg. He might be out of his depth. Can you find him and bring him and the egg, or at least the egg, back for me? We found signs of Gorvid activity. I sent him off in hopes he could put a tracker on a Gorvid. Then we could follow it back to its nest. Should be just north from here. Almost definitely a lethal encounter with a Gorvid, ending in brutal dismemberment. That's what happened to my other 5 assistants. I know. You're absolutely right. I should have held one back to do all the grunt work. Now I have to take apart my own research station. What was I thinking? Something else, then? Ask away. A little free information is a small price to pay. Excellent question. There is some special process inside the egg that happens just before hatching. I need to watch this in a lab, then swoop in at the last second and dissect it. Do they have chickens where you're from? Gorvids and chickens are very alike, except Gorvids are big, strong as an automech, absolutely deadly, and will happily murder you given a chance. Likely still tasty, though. Some bits? A rather unique weapon from my time in the projectile weapon division of the biological weapons team, and most importantly, a mention in my next paper. Something else, then? Thank you! I can hardly wait to get started on that egg.
Time for discounts.
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate abundance. Every cog requires routine lubrication. Stave off wear and tear with a regular allotment of Moderation vodka. It's the perfect libation to imbibe in celebration of daily service done well. Moderation vodka, distilled with zeal. Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
to take.
Target, Commander! Don't tease me!
Line up pockets.
With no rest and no downtime,
I've heard of
we shouldn't pay for a dream at a time!
Strike their employer to death. Sounds cathartic.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going.
No more
I can see the
bottles on
overseer up in her
factory
office.
floors!
So we're
Time
definitely
for
making
unlocked
it miserable.
bathroom doors! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor.
All is well, and life is perfect. Our bellies are full of wholesome food.
Thank you for your customer service, contractor.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants!
If I had one want, it would be to visit the matriarch's tomb on Praetor.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for a drink at a time!
All subjects pine to pay their respects to the matriarch.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulating!
Remarkable life. All Protectorate subjects once pilgrimage to her tomb. But alas, it lies outside our fortified territory on Praetor. Now only the best among us may visit, accompanied by security.
One of the great tragedies.
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it, slaving away for a few meager bits that we then gotta use to pay for our own necessities. They work us like cysty pigs, charge us for the stems we need to yoke those hours, and don't let us relieve ourselves but in empty fizzy tea bottles we keep beneath our stations. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day. Indeed. Gotta say, I'm glad to hear you are, at least in spirit, aligned with our plight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging? So, we're making... Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish overseer ruining our lives. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Everyone who makes the call, celebrate. The submissive stick to their routine. It should be a no simple thing to do. Turning in your relatives, your friends, your norms, and bring the turning. It's what we all strive for.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Have a profitable day.
Line up pockets.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? It really shores up the foundation of the fundamentals. Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Sorry, no target. Not sneaking in to kill someone? Yes, no. It's so hard to tell with vent usage.
Not watching.
More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on a Please open up, Rob.
I have no qualms with turning. Agent, what do you need? may all...
Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing it.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
No caller coming out!
That's right, folks. Keep it chanting.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Miserable. That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the
So,
overseer up in her office.
No more bottles on factory floor! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! Time for discounts.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Line our pockets.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool.
And now, the latest word on Superior Protectorate products.
Got a spark bug in your bonnet? Don't think. Tribute liqueur blankets the mind with soothing numbness.
Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule, or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine.
As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. We've only got a few guards, and they've got a lot of skulls. Plus, they may have made mention that if a ruckus starts, they'll make sure it includes me. So we're apt to try a parley first. That is, my team insists. They're very protective. They, cherish me. Yes, they cherish me. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate's
If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
Free to take.
Yeah!
With no rest and no downtime!
If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to deal with. Don't be afraid to take a sign, or fill out a petition, or throw a bottle of urine at the overseer's office window. That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going.
If you won't let us
the
sleep
overseer
for
in
eight,
your office.
you can't
We're-
charge.
We're making it miserable.
If
That's right, folks. That's right, folks.
We don't
Keep
want
it chanting.
to make
That's
demands,
right, folks.
but no
That's
more
right,
peeing
folks.
in
Keep it
bottles
chanting
and
going.
cans.
I can see the overseer up in her office. We're definitely making
With
her
no
miserable.
rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time.
For nonsense.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates. Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. That's good to hear. I'm glad Auntie's taking our situation seriously. The problem is, well, it's like this. Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor, labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work. Right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same. Take them to Griggs.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No! I would never! That's slander. And or libel. And you can't prove a thing. Well, fuck. That's quite the rub, isn't it? All right, what do you want? Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their Adrena time, and you'll get all the bits I got on me. Is there more they ask? 12 hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Oh my. You're probably right. It's been so long since I've shared a facility, I've forgotten how unpleasant it can be. I trust your insight and will leave it unlocked from now on. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
A beautiful song from a bygone era, still fresh and relevant.
No more bottles
That's
on
right,
factory
folks. Keep
floors!
the cheering going.
Time for
I can see the
our
overseer of
bathroom!
robotics, and we're definitely making her miserable.
Out explicitly for you, the console chosen.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Is she willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's great news. It'll be such a load off. A most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least. Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her ankles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all. It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
I suppose that passes for a happy ending among these corporatists. Excellent work, dear.
When they fight and die and serve, send in
Now watching it.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Gather around the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the console embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the console to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all. And then, now, on to other matters. Now, listen to this.
One and all Arcadians,
Proceeding to attack. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Lighter in the red, Commander. Standing by to super. Fortification in progress. Locking them down. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Commander. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
where's our boss? Hazard benefits! Loaded to corpse! Better than overtime! Engage!
Didn't have firm, benevolent hand. Of the console to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have unity. Purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the console. Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. More music to aid in your earnest rumination.